The biggest games coming out in the end of March and April. Believe me, there are impressive games coming out, so click on the like button and subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for it, and let's go to the games.
Again. And every year, the next.
Emergency at Windscale Atom Plant.
Atomfall is a first-person survival game with a unique style. The game is being developed by Rebellion Developments, the same studio of Sniper Elite series. Atomfall is set after a nuclear disaster, so you must survive in a destroyed world, exploring, crafting, scavenging, and facing all types of enemies, since humans to different types of creatures or even machines. For me, what catches my eye in the gameplays was the scenarios, with impressive caves or even overgrown areas. What looks so impressive? It's coming out in March 27, 2025 to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox Series X and S.
Emergency, but disaster. Now the worst seems. Wiring target. Control the rules in Atomfall, and humans are just sheep to be slaughtered.
May the branch guide your path.
AI Limit is a sci-fi action RPG with a Souls-like approach. The game is set in a futuristic destroyed world with an interesting graphic style, nor realistic or cartoon, but a mix of both. What looks good? The game is being developed by the studio Sense Games, and in the game we'll play as Arisa, a blader with immortality, and explore the city ruined to find the hope of a new life in the distant future when civilization is on the verge of extinction. This is a sort of game that for me looks extremely fun, a fluid and challenging action RPG, with interesting enemies and insane bosses. And it's coming out to PlayStation 5 and Windows in March 27, 2025.
It's a realm surrounded by springs and waterfalls, where flowers bloom and trees thrive.
In the last city of humanity, Atomfall. Imagine that they once ruled this very world.
The first Berserker Khazan is another fast-paced action RPG game with a hardcore Souls-like approach. It's being developed by the studio Nepal and looks impressive. The graphics are kinda simple, but the flow of the game is fast and mesmerizing. Any fan of Souls-like games gotta take a look at this one. The gameplay will be fast and brutal, and you'll face different types of enemies, humans, creatures, and of course, some insane and brutal bosses that I'm sure many will be really difficult to defeat, because as I said, the developers themselves said it's a hardcore game, so get ready. So for the lovers of action RPG games, know that it's coming out March 27, 2025, and will be coming out to PlayStation 5, Windows, and Xbox Series X and S.
Winston Research Institute.
I thought this was just an ordinary theft. I never imagined a case like this would trouble a Rome agent. Looks like there's a monster. The thing, it took my leg. I didn't think it would show up again.
I don't stand what
Karma:
you're
The
saying.
Dark World is a new game of horror, set in a sci-fi universe. It's being developed by the studio Pollard Studio and will be released in March 27, 2025, for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The game is officially described as a first-person cinematic psychological thriller set in a dystopian world where the Leviathan Corporation is omnipresent. The time is 1984, the place is East Germany, and things are not quite what they seem. The game looks really good, especially if you like immersive storytelling in a horror universe, with lots of mysteries and layers. The gameplay will be set in first person, and the gameplay shall be a sort of walking simulator, but in an atmospheric and immersive universe that shall have you really connected.
We are all lost.
Inzoi is a highly anticipated simulation game of 2025. Well, it's a life simulator, in the same style of The Sims, but here, the details and possibilities are in another level, with a lot of things to do. The game is being developed by the studio Inzoi Studio, a studio from Crafton, and if you want to play it, the early access version is coming out to PC on Steam in March 27, 2025, but the final version in the future will also be available on Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5. Create your unique story by controlling and observing the lives of Zois, the characters of the game. And for fans of this style, this looks good.
Hello? This is this hell?
Hell would have meaning. No, this is just us and our gloom.
Right where we are supposed to be.
Post-Trauma is a new survival horror game set in the style of classic and beloved video games, like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Obscure, and more, and it looks really good. It's being developed by the studio Red Soul Games and is coming out in March 31, 2025, to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Puzzle horror game inspired by PS2-era classics. Navigate environments, tackle threats, and meet other lost characters in the depths of the gloom. The universe is mysterious and dangerous. You must explore, fight, solve puzzles, and discover what's really going on there. All that with a lot of charisma and personality.
Make peace with the gloom.
You think you can escape what you've done?
I think I can try.
It's time.
Good job, kiddo.
Holy shit, Joel.
Surprise.
Hey!
Abs, you gotta see this.
Dad?
The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is what the name says, a remaster version of the original game released in 2020 to PlayStation 4. The game was developed by the studio Naughty Dog, and now it will also be available on PC. The game was a true success, winning the Game Award of Game of the Year of that year, being considered one of the most impressive games ever. But it didn't please everyone, especially because of the event that happens in the story mode that's really heavy. The story is set some years after the event of the original game, and the survivors are dealing with the consequences of the choices made in the first game, and they'll not be easy to swallow for some. And it'll be released in April 3rd to PC.
I have to finish it.
I really hope you make it.
Dina, watch out! We don't let anybody stop us. Come out and fight! You should have killed me.
Sand is an open-world PvPvE extraction shooter, where players operate giant walkers across the post-apocalyptic dunes of a fallen planet. Battle rival players, explore, loot and extract valuable resources in a hostile, ever-changing world. It's being developed by the studios Hologryph and Towerhouse, and coming out on early access to PC, on Steam, in April 3, 2025, but will eventually be available on Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5 too. The game is set in a unique universe, with war machines and weapons that shall be really interesting to play with, and all that looks really fun, so if you want to play, it's not far.
Ну що, хлопці, запрягайте.
If your ma's anything like you have, she'll keep fighting till we find her.
I hope so. It's just hard to believe this is all real.
Oh, you're lucky I come along.
What?
Shh. That's two-toed.
After I got you out of that tree, you said you helped me find my mama.
I ain't of a disposition to be gator snacks.
South of Midnight is an upcoming action-adventure game, with a combat similar to a hack and slash. It's being developed by the studio Compulsion Games, a Xbox game studio, and it's coming out in April 8, 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Explore the mythos, and confront mysterious creatures of the Deep South in this modern folktale, while learning to weave an ancient power to surmount obstacles and unravel your family's hidden past. The game is set in stylish and different graphic style, with a fast and fluid gameplay, since the exploration to the combat itself, which you'll face different enemies through the game, since normal foes to different boss fights.
What the hell?
Hurry up! Jump!
Commandos Origins is the returning of this classic military strategy game series. The new game is being developed by the studio Claymore Game Studios, and it's coming out in April 9, 2025, to Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Windows, and it'll be available on Xbox Game Pass Day 1. Alarm! You have been selected for a mission which will shape the fate of the entire world. Witness the very beginning of the legendary elite World War II force in Commandos Origins. The long-awaited sequel to the Commandos series brings you right back to the foundation of the real-time tactics
Strategic
genre.
targets behind enemy lines, extreme climates, you know the drill. When no one thought it was possible, we went in and we got it done. Only a few have the guts to dance in the lion's den. But those that do, you can trust them with your life.
Did you girls ever see anything weird around these parts back in the day?
27 years was a long time.
Trying to remember. Something just out of reach.
My mom found a package on her doorstep.
Our bloomin' rage?
Not be ready to talk about ever.
Welcome to the premiere of The Swan Show.
Lost Records Bloom and Rage Take 2 is the second part of a game that was released already. The studio developing is Don't Nod, and it's coming out in April 15, 2025, to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Embark on a new narrative journey by the creators of Life is Strange. Film your summer of 1995 and create memories of a lifetime with your new friends. 27 years later, confront the dark secrets that made you all promise to never speak again after that fateful summer. So if you played the first part, and wants to see how it continues, it won't take long to be available to play.
Honestly, Swan, I'm glad, but slightly surprised that you showed up tonight.
When I saw your text.
Last week, my mom found a package on her doorstep.
Wait. Our bloomin' rage? We haven't heard anything for 27 years.
Do you mean we're the only ones left?
Even if
Get ready.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is a new turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics and realistic graphics and is being developed by Sandfall Interactive. Lead the members of Expedition 33 on their quest to destroy the Paintress so that she can never paint death again. The game features impressive visuals since the enemies, visual effects, and mainly the scenarios, all that looks really good. This is easily one of the most beautiful turn-based RPG I've ever seen, and it looks really promising in my opinion, so I'm looking forward to play it. It'll be released in April 24, 2025, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Turn into a Levron.
You were all transferred to this academy for a very special reason. The complete and utter extermination who dares to threaten our beloved school's peace. During your time here, you happy few, will be molded into the perfect special. I've decided to designate them School Invaders. Oh, they are a violent and pernicious race. The enemy of
The 100-Line Last Defense Academy is a new anime-style adventure game. The demo version was really acclaimed, and now the full version of the game is finally coming out in April 23, 2025 to Nintendo Switch and Windows. Kazutaka Kodaka and Kotaro Uchikoshi join forces for the first time to deliver the ultimate adventure game. 15 students are tasked with defending a school from grotesque monsters for 100 days. Can they make it to the end? And will they survive long enough to uncover the truth? So if you like anime story games, this one promises to be great, and it isn't far to be released.
And go home alive, not just to ourselves, but to the people we care about too.
You think your damn heads in!
Let's
kill them and make
hell
it
already. You filthy insect!
Goddamn freaks in nature!
Is that hemo anima? It's back to how it was again!
It's going. It just vanished.
Or your life is forfeit.
My dear friend, I am an old man in the twilight of his years. I know now that I will never have the strength to set off again to the Amerzone. My only remaining hope resides in convincing you to go in my stead, to make amends for the wrong I have done to that.
Amerzone: The Explorer's Legacy is a game about exploration and puzzles, set in an immersive universe, with a lot of mysteries and possibilities. The game is being developed by the studio Microids Studio Paris and is coming out on April 24, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Set off on a quest for the great white birds in a mysterious land full of secrets. Answer the call of exploration as you travel to Amerzone, a forgotten Latin American country, to fulfill the last wishes of a late explorer. So if you like puzzle games, this one looks really good, with impressive visuals and a cozy atmosphere.
There is still time for you to turn back, but if you decide not to, the end of my story is waiting where yours will begin.
Hey, come on! Burning! Kick foot!
Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is the new game of a beloved fighting game saga. The returning of the series looks gorgeous, with a beautiful cartoon graphic style, classic and new characters, a fast and dynamic combat style, and a lot of personality. The game is being developed by SNK Corporation, and in case you're a fan of King of Fighters series and don't know or never played Fatal Fury, you should take a look. The game is similar in some aspects, and even got some of the same characters that are actually from Fatal Fury originally. And that's another huge series that's being revived in 2025, and the best of all, the game has a release date already, that is April 24, 2025, and is coming out to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
City of the Ribbon.
Battle command uplink initializing. Please stand by.
The Dynasty have amassed an enormous army right under our noses. And as of 10 minutes ago, while whether to even respond, the Dynasty have launched attacks across our western border. They've been planning this for God knows how long. SciComm, Code Red. Issue an immediate retreat order to all GDF units in 10 miles. Get our troops out of there. Weapons free. These things fire back. Get our drone fleet in the air and get me a satellite.
Tempest Rising is a new RTS, real-time strategy game, coming out in 2025. It's being developed by the studio Slipgate Ironworks, and it'll be available only on Windows, at least for now, in April 24, 2025. Command distinct factions in a desperate struggle for power and resources in Tempest Rising, a classic RTS set on Earth after a nuclear war. Classic RTS action meets modern production and performance in Tempest Rising. Inspired by RTS greats of the 90s and 2000s, Tempest Rising is a classic base-building real-time strategy game set in a modern-day alternative history war scenario.
We've discovered a strange scale. The event could be catastrophic. Get me one of these missiles, Commander.
I told ya, insane games coming out. So if you're a player that like to play games at the launch, it'll be hard to choose which one to play first, but I hope you liked. Click on the like button and subscribe for more. And that's it. So long.
Gator?